Hello, everyone. So, this episode, I'm thinking if you struggle to get out and chill and really make yourself work the way it's supposed to, because you shouldn't be feeling super tired. You shouldn't be having all sorts of pains. You should, because I'm mid 40s and I'm looking forward to my elderly time, getting older, because I'm getting healthier. If you want to know how to do that, I'll show you some of the things you can do, because a lot of people talk about doing stuff, but they don't do it. I'm the reverse. I do it, and then I'm trying to figure out how to talk and share. Oh, well, this is round the corner from me. Well, yeah, there's no one around. Shouldn't have to blank anyone out. But the reason I live where I live in Milton Keynes is because this is normal. You get places like this all over. It's a beautiful lake. And what it is, they used to quarry stuff out of this, and then they filled it in. And they made something from it. And you get this kind of stuff all across Milton Keynes. And you get all sorts of, the whole thing is built so you can bike around it. So the whole of it you can bike around really nicely on the same paths you used to walk around. They're available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So basically, I stay because it's so easy to do the things you need to do to be healthy. Isn't it lovely? Can you hear all the birds, the nature, everything? Because people will tell you that it's good to be out in nature, and then you have to drive to get to it. I remember my uncle in Birmingham did that. He went on. He was all he did was talk about Birmingham. I met him once or twice, and he told me all sorts. And it was that kind of thing of young people talk down to you all the time. I was young, but I wasn't stupid. Um, and he was fine, but he didn't listen. See, here, I've just come to chill. I like letting the thoughts go by. I'm listening to a bit of music at the moment, chilling out. Quite often I'll come here and just listen, because the birds are brilliant music, aren't they? Fantastic. Hopefully you can hear all this. Hopefully this works well. But Riverside is doing a lot of that for me. But yeah, all I hear from people is it is nice just to have a video like this, an excuse to listen. I'm giving you a little excuse to do the little things that you know you need to do. We all know we need to be in nature, and I'm letting you see it. You don't want to look at this ugly mug. You want to look out there. And I watch all these things, and I'm slowly learning. I enjoy not knowing everything. It's nice to just go, "Oh, I don't always know what the birds are." You do know that there are lots of kind of gulls. There's no seagull. It's actually lots of kind of gulls. But all these bird people tell me stuff. I just see it, and you watch what they do. Meditation. So I can meditate. Right now, I'll take you through meditation. I'm just watching what it does. See that? What does it do? Yeah. One of them I noticed. I think I know what a turn is, because it goes along and it turns and it keeps turning. That must be what it is. I know there used to be a kingfisher over there. You see egrets here all the time, herons, cormorants, all sorts. And if you didn't know, because I didn't know what these are, I just call them types of heron, because they're in heronries, and there's a heronry over there, and that's an island in the middle of a lake. At least what it is in Milton Keynes. Well, I'm giving you a chance to do this stuff and to remind you that being in nature, hearing it, seeing it is what we're actually built to do. So we're built to be in our caves as well. Our homes are our caves, so we are used to being cave people. But I also want to take you back to that time, mentally, where your ancestors were, and if you're like me, you can't believe they survived. When they had a cave and they had to check there wasn't a bear in there in the first place. Cave bears, they're even bigger than polar bears, apparently. Yeah, that kind of stuff. When, like, now, I'm not worried about it all coming and getting me. But a few hundred years ago, it could have been, you know? There was no Tesco's, there was no nice path. It was, yeah, and a lot of this stuff existed. So this lake didn't, but around Milton Keynes, there were people living here 1,000 years ago. That's what I love about wandering around places. You keep finding all the history. So it's just what I do to chill. And I remind you something you don't know about, or maybe you do, but you do not actually get stronger when you're doing the work. It's vague, right? But it's vague on purpose, because so much of what I've researched so widely, I'm thinking every little thing. So when you train and you do all the weights, or you do go for a big run, you aren't actually getting stronger in that. No, you're actually getting weaker. You need times like this to get stronger. That's why you need recovery at night. That's sleep. When people say rest, I notice that it doesn't actually specifically it doesn't give you a point to it. Recovery gives you a point because you say, why am I recovering? But when you sleep, you get insulin growth hormone and other things going through, and a whole set of processes, tons of processes if you sleep. They all happen to allow your body to recover. I was watching the bird, that was lovely. Well, same thing here. Now, you don't recover during the day as much as you do in rest, in recovery, so in sleep. You don't. So you need to monitor that. And actually, that's relevant to one of the video I'm about to release. It is about mental health. And one of the things that I notice people don't talk about and realize is that if you don't sleep for quite a while, as in night after night after night, and I mean literally don't sleep. I don't mean I had a bad night. I mean literally you've got 1 or 2 hours or something like that for 4 days, you will go insane. These are blunt things, but you look at the stats, that's the truth. What happens when people have had issues? Most of the people, because I walked down towards people who've been locked away from mental health problems. You could tell they all hadn't slept very well. Once they're locked inside, they slept even less. Well, that was a good way to fix people. Um, you'll find lots of people don't really talk to each other in all areas, and the same in health. They often don't talk to each other and don't really listen. So no, I'm just giving you a little space where you can enjoy. And I'm reminding you because it might actually get you out. Because I've always made sure I worked at a place where I get out. Because sometimes I haven't. When I worked in meat factories when I was really young, you couldn't just go out for a walk because you had to take all your clothes off. You had to warm up because it was freezing in the meat factories. And then other times I did other factory work and other things. It wasn't as easy. No, this is it. When I was doing driver's mate work, you can't just suddenly go for a walk because you're literally on work the whole time. You haven't got the freedoms now, but that's the reason I make sure I have the freedoms to go for a walk. Even during work time, I'll go for a walk. Why? Because it actually stimulates your mind. It makes you a better worker. So one of the questions I do, while I'll be here, is the question will be, can I be the best employee? Best worker. Because I like to earn my wage, because that helps me relax, and then I go home and I play and I have fun with my kids. So that's how I deal with my workaholism, because otherwise I'll work too hard. So the way to be the best employee you can be is to actually make sure your brain is getting all the blood around that it needs it, but also that all the old blood that you've been using for the last hour, say, or half hour, it's got to go and get recycled. And the way that happens is, well, when you do stuff like this, when you get up and you move, because if you use your brain differently, then it will clean up the blood that was being used in the last half hour or previously for this other stuff you were doing. I'm going to rest my hand. I'm going to go for a new one. Always tidy yourself up. Always give yourself a rest and a break. And you're going to get new fresh blood. And you'll find all your systems as well, your organs that were being used. Because the brain's one organ, but there's little bits of it. All those little bits that were being used will get tired. And being tired will be, now, again, other videos will point out mitochondria and other stuff, which is your metabolism, which is how you use energy. And if you're not feeling too great, you need to take care of your mitochondria. It's little things like that. I'll just hint. Now, that's all technical stuff. Most people fall asleep. So I might shout if, I don't really want to shout to wake you up. But coming here is an easy way of getting up, going out, giving my brain what it needs, giving my body what it needs. Just being a human for a minute. And I'm going to go back. So I don't have to go back to work. I'm setting up my side hustle. I'm doing the thing that I really want to do. So this should be a video, and I'm practicing good, simple videos that are easy to watch. Hopefully that's what this is. But it's about value and adding stuff. So when I do this, and I do this all the time, and I'll do this middle work, and people go, "Oh, how can you do that middle work?" Okay, I can't afford not to, because if I want to turn up for work every single day without ever having a day off, and I've been doing that for 15 years, 2 days off sick. Otherwise, I'm off because of the kids, I'm off because of the car, stuff like that. Otherwise, yeah. And it was only because I didn't nip it in the bud soon enough that I had 2 days off. Otherwise, I'd have 15 years, not a single day off. Stick. It was mind blowing when I looked at that, but that's been the point of everything I'm trying. I was learning, and now I'm trying part-time. Because it is that simple. Accept who you are, be who you are, be the best who you are. And I should have the question, how can I be the best? Yeah, how can I be the best in the next half hour, the next hour? If you've got a meeting coming up, how can I prepare best for that? We all do this. You do this. Yeah, I'm just giving you other ways as well. Because once I started going for a walk before a meeting, I was better in the meeting. Stuff like that. So I'll explain other things later. I'm going to get back to enjoying this. You see a little bit. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Isn't it so nice? Oh, did you hear that? Just the sounds like that. Just the amount of times I don't wear the earbuds, I just listen to nature. I was going to say, helps me meditate. If you just hear, I'm just meditating. I'm practicing just letting it be. That's really all meditation is, letting it be and just paying attention. Just like in a meeting, you need to let it be and meditate on the people around you because can you help them is your question, isn't it? So here it's how can I be aware of what's going on and letting myself get swallowed up in this, but thinking what's that bird doing? What's happening over there? Oh, are they different? I forget all my troubles. And if you forget all your troubles, you know all your worries. Actually, a really good part there is the heron. Can you see it? Heron just come past there? Yeah. We'll find out when I get home whether I can see that or not. But there we go. I saw it. The more I do this, the more I see the beauty that's going on all the time. And using that part of you that is good at just relaxing, doing things, that inner part of you, a natural part of you, it's really powerful. So I will see you in the next one. And please let me know what can I improve on these videos? What did you like about this one? Hopefully something. Um, did you see the heron? What do you do to relax? How do you get your recovery? How can I help you? What's in your way? Because I have a billion ways I could help because I've just been doing it for myself. I work. That means that what I'm saying is most people, when they give you all the fixes, aren't really being practical. They're just saying you need to do this. But when do you fit it in? So I found ways to fit all this stuff in, to eat well at work with just a kettle or something like that. I can do that. I can have stock, have really good food. So what kind of things are in your way that you'd like help with if you want my help? You don't have to. Um, so yeah, I'll see you in the next one and let me know what you like and don't like about this video. How can I improve? Have a nice day. Bye.